day 7 on Sunday. Oh my gosh guys, I'm so excited to be coming back into 7 on Sunday this week because we get to talk about the contemporary books that are on the top of our TBRs, and I'm so excited because contemporary books have my whole entire soul. And this was very hard for me. I was so excited to be like, oh my god, I want to read all these different books, and I have about 30 books on my physical TBR, but there's also books that I really want to buy, and I'm so excited to read these books. Don't know when I'm going to get to them because I'm still trying to get through my rare TBR, and obviously I could talk about some of the rare books, but they're not really like romantic stories necessarily. Some of them are probably just more about the smut, and this is like romance, and even though these books will have smut in them because that's what they are, I just wanted to talk about some books that I just think are going to be adorable on my TBR, and I'm so excited. So first, I have Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I was so excited because I went into the shops to buy Chain of Thorns, and then I was just having a perusal, you know, as I do, because there's always new books popping up at the shops, and this was just like right on the top shelf. I was so excited because I knew it was coming out, but I just didn't expect it to be like right there in the bookstore straight away. But I'm just so happy. I'm so glad that Tessa Bailey releases like 3 books a year so I can keep up to date with all the things that are happening, because this book's out and then in 6 months the second book comes out, which is Unfortunately Yours. So this is Secretly Yours, and I really enjoyed the Ballinger sisters duology. So when this one was here, and it's a very grumpy man with a sunshine girl, and it's giving Me Before You vibes in the sense that she was like helping him around the house to do stuff, and she's here to like do his gardens. I am so excited, and I just know it's going to be good, but it's not available on audio, and I've always listened to her books and it makes me sad, but I just know I'm really going to love it, and I just can't wait. Next, I have Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. So this is the collection of the 3 novellas that she wrote like last year, and I was so bummed that I wasn't going to be able to read them, but I had my fingers crossed that there was going to be a bind up come out physically, and I'm so happy it did. Annoying thing is this book is not the same height as the other books, and I know that I always go on about how book heights are so annoying because they literally are. I just want them to be the same. Like, why can't there just be 2 standard sizes, or actually 3 in paperbacks, because there's like the normal like this size, then some of the contemporaries are a little bit bigger, but then there's the really big paperbacks, because if it was either big or small, like the medium's good there, and then just have the normal size hardcover size and then the bigger size hardcover size. Like, why does every book company decide that they need to be different and then never have any of the books in their series match? Like, it bothers me so incredibly much, but I am so excited to have all the vibes of having a grumpy man and a more sunshiny girl, because I assume that they're going to be like every other book. I don't care. I just want cute romances that are really funny, and then Theoretically Yours will be coming out later in the year. Like, there is just so much content of really cute romances for me to read, and I'm so excited. I'm going to keep mentioning The American Roommate Experiment by Elma Armas. I'm going to do a buddy read of this with Miranda, but we were going to do it last year, and then we were going to do it in January, and then we were probably going to do it in February, but I keep pushing it back because I have so many things I need to read, and at the moment I've been feeling really slumpy, and honestly I feel like I've gotten into a bit of a book hangover after Dreams of Gods and Monsters, so I don't feel like reading, just because I was so proud of myself for getting through that book, and I was able to pretty much maintain reading it, and I was actually quite invested, and I really enjoyed the story. So now I'm reading a contemporary, and I'm just reading so slowly. I'm reading like 20 pages a day, and I'm like, you've got to get your reading up there, Abby. And with the stress of excitement for rare, and I have like 16 books that I still need to read, and I'm just not gonna get there. I'm just trying to read like the first book in each series at this point, just so that I at least have something that I have read. But I really do want to read this, and I feel like it just keeps getting built up in my head. So many people have enjoyed it. Like, I know that Sasha really liked it, and just like the way that everyone is just talking about it, I'm so keen. Next, I have Undercover Bromance by Lisa K. Adams. So I loved the Bromance Book Club when I read it last year, and I feel that with this series I'm going to make sure that I read the previous book before I continue on, because yes, I could have bought the other 5 in this series, including the first 2, but I didn't because I don't have the space for them, for one thing. So if I can just buy one book and then just like try and read it, so then the next time that I'm in Sydney at the bookstores, I can buy the next book and be really excited about it. But I just think it's going to be really good, but I've also heard that this series goes downhill, so if I don't like the previous book, like the first one was really good, if this one isn't as good, then I just won't continue on with the series. It's just the vibe, but the way of me trying to like work on the book buying ban, even though I've already bought like 10 books this year, I know that I said it was a book buying ban, but it's more of a just like, don't buy things just for no reason. Like, I have reasons behind all the books that I am buying, so I don't feel as bad about it, and I do feel like I'm doing better than I have in previous months, so win for me. Next, I want to read To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mays. So I bought all 4 books that this author has written so far, unless there is another one out that I will probably then go and buy as well, and I haven't read any of them. So I just want to mainly get to this book just to get started on reading books by this author, because I did buy all of them, because the spines are gorgeous and they just line up so nicely that I just wanted to make sure I had a copy of all of them. I've heard good things about all 4 of the books too, because I feel like the first 2 books are a duology and then the other 2 are just standalone books that are obviously contemporaries, but I just want to read them. They just sound really, really cute. And this one is about, what, a girl who had a crush on someone and he's a bit of an asshole, and then she wrote a screenplay and he's an actor and he's cast into the screenplay she wrote about how she doesn't like him or something like that, and I'm just like, vibes are immaculate. I need to read it. Then I have All Downhill With You by Julia Olivia, and this is actually an independently published book. I just like it so much when there's just no publisher there, so it feels like very vibey. So this book is set in a theme park. So the main character is the marketing manager of the theme park, and the man is an engineer, and one of the rides breaks down, and then she's kind of saddled with trying to do something or other. Like, I haven't read the synopsis for a long time, but I feel like it's going to be a good time. But the main reason I've wanted to read this book is the second one is about 2 characters in the theme park, so it is giving Disneyland vibes, where it could be like the characters that play Rapunzel and Flynn fall in love, but then they've also got to pretend like they're in love because of their characters. And when I found out that there was 2 books, I got the first book for Christmas from Miranda, which I'm really thankful for her buying me. So I don't own the second one yet, but I am so keen. It just sounds like it's going to be so cute, like a theme park romance. Have there been any others written? Like, if they have, dropped me the recommendations right now. But I just cannot wait. And then I have X's and O's by Amy Leah. So this is actually a second book, and now I cannot find the first book at the shops at all. But is it okay if I read the second one because they're companion novels? Because the first one's called Set On You, and I was just never intrigued enough to buy the book. But basically the main character has had her heart broken like 10 different times from different men, and I have a feeling that she's like a social media person or something, but she's like also a romance reader, and she has very high standards, which we all relate to. And she has this idea that the person that she's meant to be with, she's already met, but her standards were too high, so she's going to go back through all her exes to see if there's anyone salvageable. But then she's got this best friend who is a firefighter who goes around with her, and obviously he's going to be the love interest, because obviously she's got this whole idea that she's going to find the person, but then he's been there the whole time. Like, obviously that's where it's going to go. But also, if it didn't, that would be so exciting that it's like, wow, they were just friends. But I know that the first book, the main character is a firefighter, so I think that's the connection, that he's the best friend, because I don't know where the girl fits into the first one. But it just sounds good. It's giving off that You Know My Number movie with Anna Faris and Chris Evans, where she's going back through the guys to try and find someone to date, and then he's like the next door neighbor. Like, it's giving those vibes, but I'm so excited. It's going to be so good. I love that whenever I do a 7 on Sunday, it's just a beautiful stack of contemporaries, because they have the best spines and they're adorable. But if I don't get all these books read at some point this year, I'm going to be so depressed, because I want to read them. They all sound amazing. So guys, that is all for today's video. Are you all planning on reading a lot of romance in February? Because I did not make plans at all. I know that I should read based off what's going on in the month, but I never do. Like, at Christmas, I never read Christmas books, and in summer, I'm never like summer romances. I just read whatever. Except it does feel weird reading Christmas books outside of Christmas, but like, you know what? It's the vibe. You can just do whatever you want. I've just never been like, I must be a very severe mood reader, because I never read the books that I know I should be reading. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!